What's up, everybody? It's No Time to Watch. Today we're going to be covering the Casio Oceanus S100 1AJF. A little bit of a mouthful, but it's Casio, so that's to be expected, right? So we'll zoom in a little bit here. First, kind of going over the spec checks just a little bit. It's a 39mm diameter with about a 45.6 lug to lug, with a case thickness of 10.5. So slides beautifully on our cuff. It's what originally attracted me about this watch was it was an everyday watch, right? So it's like something you could throw on for work or after work on the weekends, and it just kind of fits in. You'll notice that beautiful blue indices there. And this one's kind of a party trick, right? Because it's a quartz, and it's also a solar. See if we can zoom in a little bit here, see if we can catch the light right at there's actually a cross where you can semi-see the solars in very bright light, but they do a very, very good job of hiding it. But I mean, you just look at it, this thing's beautiful, right? It's titanium, wears very light. It's about less than 3 ounces on the wrist, so that's just amazing to wear, right? And quick spec or the rest check. Today I'm also wearing my Seiko dive watch. What is this? 573, one of my other favorite watches. There'll be another review coming up here soon. But yeah, getting back to the Oceanus here, just look at that beautiful Zaratsu polishing. Really just it mirrors it very, very well. So it tapers down nicely on the lugs here. So unfortunately, one of the downsides about this bad boy is the clasp only has 2 micro adjusts, but luckily it includes 2 micro links, or half links, sorry. So it is not that big a deal, but it is something to consider when you're looking at it. And it's, again, polished on the sides, and also on when you go through the links here, you can see just sweet polishing on the sides there. So it just flows very well. With the titanium, it's very light and very easy on the eyes, right? You can see probably why I was attracted to it in the first place. But this was one of my first my first luxury watch, right? Where it's like was starting to make a little bit of money. My son had just been born, and I was like, hey, I'd like to commemorate the occasion. So this is probably a never sell for me, but because of that, that mixed with other things. But I mean, you just look at this thing, right? It's speaks for itself. But it's also being solar and being quartz, obviously. You can see the tick ticks there, but it's also got some neat party tricks, right? Being Casio, they've got some tech built in. So if you just push the button, you can see it's synced. So that means it's atomic time right there. See if we can zoom in a little bit. See that Y there, and then when it goes to the no, that means it hasn't synced. But you can also, another cool trick is you can sync it. So now it's syncing. You just hold it there for 2 seconds. And one of my other favorite tricks is you pull it out and you can just change the time zone. So let's see if we can get the camera to pick that up here. Anyways, just like that, we will be, you can see the date following suit right there, which is just a beautiful thing. And then boom, right back on time. So very cool. It's one of the perfect travel watches. This is I originally had a goal of trying to visit all the cities around here, and I've been to about 6 now, but some of them are in some far-flung places, and post-COVID I don't do as much travel. But anyways, yeah, just this watch, it's just something about it. I love the blue plays in. You can see in the AR and the outside of the sapphire glass here. And again, this early 2020, so this has about 3 years of good hardware. And I know it has a coating of some sort. I will say that's one of the downfalls, is that the coating is not exactly as, I think a dog scratched here, and a little bit of wear and tear, but for 3 years, I still think it looks pretty good. So we'll do a quick weigh real quick. Just confirm. I think I did do it earlier, but let's see. Yeah, 2.89, so just under 3 ounces here. And again, just a beautiful watch. I love the atomic timekeeping. It's always a plus for me. You mix that with a solar package, it's just incredible. And it's got one other cool trick I'll show you here too. So if you hold the, I think they call it the B button because there's technically an A button up here, for just a little bit, you'll notice all the hands going back. So if your seconds hand ever misaligns, or if you're or whatever, mind you, you can actually just do this and it'll realign, so it's going to perfectly hit every single tick. And that doesn't bother me on every watch, but it is cool when it does hit every time. And you can see they are all perfectly at the 12 o'clock mark there now. So, and then you just click your crown back in and boom. It says 100 meters water resistant, so that's another nice feature to have on your Gata. You don't have to worry about swimming. I've been in the ocean with this thing, and you know, just all sorts of mischief, I guess you could say. Voltage band 6 right there in the end. There it is. There's the water resistant tin bar, and then it's rocking the module 52. I think it's 35 right there. So yeah, go ahead and throw it on the wrist real quick. Again, I have about or I haven't said it yet, but I have about a 6.75 inch wrist. I think it fits me very well with that lug to lug. Just tapers really nicely, feels really good in the wrist here. So, and again, got that already synced back to the 22nd, which is the day I'm recording this, and just a very, very cool, just, you know, it's always going to be right, and you can use this to sync your mechanicals or whatever your other quartzes if they're not multi-band or whatever you got. So yeah, positives. Love the blue, love the atomic, I love the Zaratsu polishing here. I just think it looks really good. There are some downsides, right? There's the integrated bracelet, which everyone, if you're looking at this, you probably already know that, but that is a thing. I've seen some where some people take their band and they just cut around where it's integrated here, and you could do that as a workaround, but that's a lot of work, and I'm not that skilled at hand yet. But and then probably another downside for some people is the pin and collar system. Those don't actually bother me as much. I found this one was pretty easy, and you just get like a $20 Amazon kit. You can take it out pretty easily, but the rest of it is, I mean, it's, yeah, this is a beautiful watch. This is one of my favorites. I think I'll always have this, and I hope my son likes this as much as I do someday. Yeah, those blue indices. Some would say those are, I know some have called them toyish. I don't really feel that way, and I do sometimes wish it was a little less blue, or if they had more silver, maybe at the 6, 9, and 12, just to differentiate a little bit, or something to that effect. But as a whole, I think it's very Casio, right? You wouldn't confuse this watch with anything else, and especially with this beveled edge out here to give it a similar, you know, across the grid here. So I just think it's a very, very cool watch, and you can't go wrong with this. I mean, I know it's got AR coating as well, and it just looks so good from every angle, right? So, but yeah, this watch appealed to me. My spec check usually ends up being 100 meters. I gravitate towards quartzes more, and then also just looking for something that can fit any sort of given scenario. You know, a dive watch, as much as I love them, it's not as appropriate for work, or we can argue about that in the comments later, I guess, but just you feel better wearing this with a suit, right? Sometimes for my work, I have to get into a suit pretty often, and it's just one less thing to, you know, look the part, right? So, but yeah, integrated bracelet is a little bit of a negative, but it fits really well, so I don't find that to be a true a con, just something to be aware of as you're going into the purchase here. I think they're about 400 bucks on Amazon currently, and I mean, again, depending on what you're looking for, I think that's great. And again, clasp still works great 3 years in. I'm still loving this guy. I still wear it pretty frequently. So, but yeah, that'll do it for me for today. This is the Casio Oceanus S100. And please hit in the comments if you have any questions about it. I'd be happy to answer. Again, going on 3 years of ownership, and I've put this baby to the test. So thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one.